Hey guys, wanted to make a video here about the Spectra LED light kit. Particularly, this is for the 2017 and newer. I couldn't find any videos about how to install this thing on the internet, so I decided to make a video. Hopefully this helps y'all out. So here was my problem. Right here on the right side of the bike, you have this accessory connection that Harley equipped you with here. Well, you think that you just plug this right in to your controller kit here. Here's the part number. And this is actually, you have to have this part to do anything. This is the controller and the remote for it. So there's that, and then the remote's right there. Anyhow, you would think that you just take this guy right here and plug it right into this, which it does connect right to it. But hold on. But that didn't do it for me. Okay, you connect that, and then this just connects directly to the lights either side. Okay, so you got 3 wires there. One goes to the bike, the other 2 goes to the lights. It says if you don't use one of these, make sure you cap it. No problem. Came with caps. That's the part number right there. If you read carefully here, you need this part number also, which I was hesitant to buy at first. I didn't think I needed it because I knew I already had this, but here's that part. This is kind of what this video is about. This part number here just didn't make sense to me because I didn't know where the heck to put it. But when I looked closer here, I noticed this. We have a void one here on the number 3 where we can probably get that pin connector in right there off of this part, and then that just goes right to the battery. So I'm going to take that fuse out before I connect to the battery, which is pretty important. And then, you know, bottom line is I'm going to have to get some small tools here. And what happens is that top slides out right here. You can kind of see the seam. And what's holding that is these little clips inside this rectangular area. Can't see them very well. There they are. Got one on each side. I'm going to pop those and try to get rid of this white one or whatever that is. Okay, and then I think we can connect this to our controller. And then all you do is plug the lights in and route the lights and wherever you want. There's a couple specs. Keep them 1.5 inches away from heads, blah, blah, blah. Keep them away from the hot spots, guys. And then, hopefully they'll all work. Alright, guys, so look. I slid the little cap off here, and now what we have inside is a little blue rubber, which I've began to pick out here slightly. Alright, I got the seal out, this blue rubber seal, and it looks like I can pull that white spare out and add my Spectra glow fuse line in. I don't know if I got you guys that part number. It says right there in the book it's required, and it is, because I tried doing it without it, and there ain't no power going to that guy or something, or it needs more. Not sure about that yet, but that part's gonna go where that white one is. Eventually I'm gonna get it up in there. Okay, here we are, guys. Had to strip back this insulation or wire protection, pull back that cap, that blue grommet, as far back as I could, create some space here, and then very carefully pop that out. It kind of just came out, but I had to pry on it with these a couple different ways. Anyway, that allows, be careful because those wires will fall right out of those slots. They're already doing it there. And then there's that white one, that dummy or spare, whatever you want to call it, there to remove and put the new Spectra Glow power up kit in, we'll call it. So I'm just gonna press that spare out from the back side with a pin push or something. Okay, so here's the new part. I'm sliding it into the top cap right now, and then I'm going to slide it into the rubber. Okay, got it in the rubber. Now I'm going to put it in here and all the way through like these other ones. Okay, got them all through here. Just keep them in order. As purple is on the left there, or whatever. I did have to strip the new part insulation back quite a bit to get it to be the same length as these other ones, so work on that after we're done. So keep track of this, guys. See that little slot right there in the white? It follows the slot right here in the housing, so that should help you not cross these any way that they weren't before. Okay, I'm going to start weaseling these back in, and I do mean weasel because I'm already having trouble. But I'm going to just slide the black one back up pretty much, and then that locks the wires in, it seems. So okay, kind of got it back together here. At least for this part, was a pain in the butt. Yeah, like I said, you just got to slide the black housing over here, and this white part eventually clicks in. Should look like that when you're done. And then you can slide the rubber up, and then the cap, and then fix up the insulation, and then we're gonna route this up and in there somewhere, probably, you know, through there, and then hit the battery. So stand by. Okay, see how far that white part's sticking out? Not right. I got a 1/4 inch of play right here if I pull it in and out. So I'm gonna I think I have to slide it in a little bit more on there, and there you can see 2 little clips. It's got to go in a little further. Okay, wow, that wasn't easy, but I figured out the trick. See how it's flush now? We're good. And you can tell is if you plug it into that guy, it'll click in and everything properly. But what happens is when you click this in, it clicks and it seems like it's in, but there's one more 1/8 of an inch click, and all I did is really just wiggle it and press it real hard, and it clicked in that second time. But you got to wiggle it and press it in, and it finally snapped in, and then there's no playback here anymore, and it actually physically snaps in. So that was a little bit of a pain to figure out that trick. I couldn't figure out why this wasn't going in. Took it apart 3-4 times, looked at it, and finally noticed there's a second slot for this to slide into down here. You'll see it if you get into this project. Okay, got the rubber seal there seated back in. Slide this cap on, and then just kind of slide these back on. A little electrical tape. Doing most of this work with these two tools. Sure, you could find something else, but that's what I'm using. So I'll route that up and in there now. And then we'll just kind of put that right back where it was and connect into it. So I wanted to show you guys there is a 6-lamp starter kit and a 4-lamp extension kit. I think that's a trick to make you think you need this one, but you don't. I bought the 4-lamp, and I'm actually only going to use one light. I'm not trying to get all fancy here, but again, they did supply these little caps, and it just says to cap off the ends that you ain't using. So you'll put one on there after, and you should put one on whichever one of these you don't use if you don't use them. And I'm getting ready to install this. I'll show you where I put it here in a minute. Okay, in case y'all don't know, you gotta remove these, pop these out to get to your battery. Okay, and I'm gonna connect this guy, but I'm gonna remove that fuse first. So okay, just got done pushing these two together right after I mounted the new part here to the battery. And I was thinking, I guess maybe you don't have to take this fuse out, but I did just to be safe. I'm gonna put it back in now though. Oh, there's a little spark there, so we got power. Uh-oh. Alright. That's in. I got everything routed here. So I'm gonna kind of tuck that in there. Okay, back where it was. And then I'm actually gonna just put this guy right here and throw some zip ties through here on each side. And then I routed the wire down and in through this area, and got the lights in right there. I said I was going to only use one, but I got two connected to each other there. I think that's all I'm going to do. Okay, it didn't exactly turn on as soon as I tried it, guys, so all I had to do is pair the fob again. It does tell you in the directions how to do that, but you just turn the bike on, disconnect the connector for 10 seconds or more, and then it says once you click that back in, for the first 15 seconds you can pair it with this little button here, and you just hold it down and right away they start working. So bam. So yeah, they're actually pretty sick. I'm trying to find purple. There it is. That's where mine's staying, right there. That's enough light for me. Different modes. There's one. I'm liking that one. Looks like you speed it up with the bottom two here or slow it down. Oh yeah. Sick. I hope this helped you guys, man. There was no videos I could find, and I got kind of PO'd when I couldn't get to work, and so I thought I'd make this video. Slap that like button down below.